Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a journal with me. Hopefully, I don't even know. Okay, so what is today? Today is the 14th of July, and I have not even started. I decorated like a half of a page, right? Gosh. But better late than never. So let us see. Okay, the first thing I need to do, I do believe, is to put in my days and dates. Okay. So I know that like I stopped off. There's the 5th, the 6th. All of this is the 6th. This is the 7th. And it was a Monday. So 7th. So 8, Tuesday. Okay. Let's just get started, shall we? The 8th. Okay. In here, and I am just picking randomly. Okay. Um, my days and dates come from a number of printables. I keep them in this little photo holder. It's just the easiest way for me to do it. My printables come from, let me start a list here. They come from Loveland's Life. They come from Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. They come from who else? Pocket Journal Pam, perhaps. I'll just put Pocket. They come from perhaps Brooke, maybe. I have a lot. I've saved a lot over the years, and I just keep them in this book from Brooke and from Jilly Bean Studio. Okay, Jilly Bean. All right, so all the links will be below. Check them out. Okay, so this is one from, I do believe, from Jilly Bean Studios. So there's that on the 8th, and same goes for these. These are the days that I'm using. So this was a Tuesday. We'll just go with the standard pink, maybe. Okay, so Tuesday. And then we have, okay, so Wednesday the 9th. We're just picking randomly. Sometimes I do use the same ones from the same set, but a lot of times I do not. So, and then we'll go with this Wednesday, Colorful Wednesday. This is Thursday. Maybe we'll just go black and white for Thursday. So we'll go Thursday, and it was the 10th. And sometimes I do not, I have to say, I do not glue these down because, let me see here. I do, however, want to put, what was I saying? I don't glue these in because in the event I go back, when I go back to do the decorating or the journaling or whatever, uh, I decide, oh, you know what? Maybe I was painting that day, which in this case I was. So this would have been, no, I don't want this one. Oh, gosh. Now I'm confusing myself. All right. What I was going to say is, I do reserve, of course, the right to go back and change anything that I put in this book. But if I go back and I decide, like, let's say, for instance, on this Thursday, I didn't have a whole lot to say, I could, in that instance, perhaps choose a larger day of the week, right? To fill up more space on the page. Or in the case of the painting, like I was just saying, I was painting this morning, which is the 14th. Um, so I would choose maybe that, to go on the 14th. There's one right there. So we'll just get that out now. Even though this is kind of an ink pot or an ink whatever, but it's still. Okay, so we'll put this aside. All right, we're on the 10th. Let's just get back on track here. The 10th. Okay. So let's see. The 10th. Let's just come on now. Um Good gravy day. All right, we're just going to pick this one that's a little bit larger, and it is stuck to another one that I put glittery Mod Podge on it. And for here, for those of us, I don't know about other people that live in Florida, but for me, living in Florida, Mod Podge never fully dries. It stays tacky all the time. Okay, so let's try an 11 here. You know what? We're gonna do a big honk in 11, because why not? Okay, so there's an 11. Oh, let me see. What day was? Oh, geez, Thursday. There is, I'm sure, a better way of doing this, but Thursday, Friday. So let us see. Thursday. Um, okay. I am going to choose. I want to use these up, before I print out more. Okay. Friday. Then this would be Saturday. Let me just check and see. Saturday is the 12th. I had some, I don't know. All right, we're going to choose this Saturday. This, I do believe, is from Missy, and that was the 12th. You know what? I'm not sure how much I have to say, but these go very nicely together. They are from the same person. So nice. Okay, so Saturday, and then the 13th was Sunday. And we're going to go with this big heart one. 13th, Sunday. You can't see what I'm doing, sorry. I might go with this for Sunday. Just a big Sunday. Sunday, and then we have Monday, which is today, which of course I'm not even going to, really do anything with, but we're going to choose a pink one anyway. Monday. Okay, perfect. Monday, and today is, what did I say, the 14th. Okay. All right. Monday the 14th. We might just go with something like this. Again, a big one. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to go with this, I thought. Why didn't you guys tell me? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that because I did paint. Okay. And then now I just need to put this 14 back. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Like I said, I'm filming this on the 14th. I've done hardly anything in my journal except for I have, sorry for the reach, I just need my paper trimmer. I have stuffed it, right? I've stuffed the journal. Okay. Now, let us see. When did she send me this? Okay, I have two pictures I need. So yeah, this video is gonna be somewhat mixed. I'm hoping to get something on. Why is this never straight? Okay. I am hoping to get some things put on the paper, but I'm not sure. This day here isn't that pretty? This is my daughter's, her new outdoor furniture set. Yeah, so nice, so nice. There's her pool right there. So beautiful. Let me find out or figure out. I'll figure out when she sent me that, but I think it was, I thought it was Saturday. Yeah. Okay. And then this right here is a picture of the Happy Mail that I had received. So that is going to go, I think I'm going to put it in here like this. And then here are the sweet notes that I received. So that goes in there like that. Okay, here's Murphy. Oh, I spelled it wrong. It says Moofy. Okay, but that's all right. I'm going to write it over again, but I'm still going to stick it in here because let me just tell you, this was on Sunday when Moofy happened. No, it was supposed to be Murphy because My husband, ugh, he had surgery, right? I don't know when it was, 2 weeks ago, I guess, 10 days ago, something like that. He had surgery to get an intrathecal pump taken out. Okay. And so he had stitches. It was probably, golly day, I don't even know, 5 inches of stitches, 4.5 inches at least. And so, anyhow, his doctor, his pain management doctor, is in Miami, and that is a few hours away. And so, if any of you guys recall me, talking about my husband, his health conditions, it when he goes down there, it's literally like at least a 6 hour round trip. Okay. So we were really hoping that by taking the pump out and doing something else, we would be able to not have to drive, well, I very rarely drive with him. He goes by himself. Anyhow, good grief, I'm babbling. Um, Anywho, I was talking to my aunt on Sunday, as I do, and I went with my husband to go get the stitches out, okay? Because his doctor, who again is a 6 hour round trip, we didn't want to have to drive all the way back down there just to take out some stitches, right? So he got it cleared through his doctor that he could just go to like an urgent care or something like that up here where we live. And so he did that. So we went to one, and I was on the phone with my aunt. We went to one, and my husband comes out, he says, they just told me that they don't feel comfortable taking the stitches out. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Originally, my husband wanted me to snip them out, which I've done before. He has snipped my stitches. I have snipped his stitches. But this time, I personally didn't feel very comfortable doing it. Not for any reason other than I didn't want to hurt him. And not that I didn't think I could do it. I probably could have done it. But anyway, so he says, you know what? I'm going to go to another urgent care. It's just down the street and we'll see what happens. So when I was talking to my aunt, she's like, oh my gosh, you guys, if anything can go wrong with you guys, I was like, just call us Murphy. Oh my gosh. It's like Murphy's Law. That is our life story. That is where this comes in. But now I just did not spell it correctly. And now it's just Moofy. So yeah, Moofy's Law. So that goes there. Okay. That was a long babbling story for no apparent reason. Okay, I had some other things here that need to go in. So we have July 10th, which I mean, honestly, I don't even know why. That was the 7th. So 8, 9, 10. Okay. I mean, the colors go really well. I don't know why I really do this other than to just say we had a full moon. And lately, instead of just, oh, look, we have a full moon, it's like I see all the time on social media, mainly like Facebook probably, that now like every full moon has a name. And I started noticing it last year with, I think, like the strawberry moon. And then there was, I don't know, all these different named moons. So, hey, if I can print it out and put it in my little my journal, then great. This goes on a day, let me see, here perhaps? I can't, no, it goes here. This is love tea. So yeah, I had my Biscoff for a snack and I have my little teacup. So yeah, that's going to go there. And then we have these here. So let me just take this out. So we'll see where that goes. And then, oh, I think it's raining again. We have finally started getting rain, right? I told you guys after I had complained so much about it being like just so hot and everything and so sunny out and stuff and not getting any rain. Oh, we're getting the rain now, folks. We are getting the rain. So there you go. This was one of those, silly name tests. I don't know. What kind of woman are you? And it's um, based on the cake that you chose. I chose cheesecake, and then it says that I'm a survivor and I'm independent. that is half true and half not true. I do consider myself a survivor for sure. But I don't consider myself independent whatsoever. So that I did on the 9th. I usually find these on Facebook. They're just silly little things. Um, that was the 7th. So this was the 8th, and this was the 9th. Okay. And then this one here we have. This had to do with. Oh my gosh. My kids and I was over to my daughter's house at one point and helping her over the weekend do some stuff and a couple weeks ago. And so the kids came over. She had made like a brunch. Her boyfriend was working that day, but um, my son and his daughter came over because they all live in the same neighborhood. We were just talking about like family boundaries and all that kind of stuff, and how you can feel bad, if you're trying to set boundaries and you're just kind of like fearful of what the other person that you're setting the boundary on is going to feel and all of that. So then I saw this popped up. Be who you are and say how you feel, because those who matter don't mind and those who mind don't matter. So it just reminded me of that. So this was on Monday the 7th. I found it on Monday the 7th and sent it to them. So let me see. This was an article about boundaries. So it must be on this day here. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. All right, I have some more, guys. I have some more because yes, I do fill my journal with a lot of these things. I am a scroller. I'm trying to curb my scrolling, if you know what I mean. You know, I am happy to admit, or not so happy, or whatever. I do admit that I scroll way too much. I've been trying to not do that. And the way that I try to not do that is in the mornings, I ride my bike, 20 miles. And then I come in, and with my second cup of coffee, I take that out to my back patio and I read, a chapter or two a day, depending. And yeah, so that way I'm not using that time to scroll, you know? I mean, trust me, I have many more hours in the day that I can scroll, but anyway, that is primarily when I find these sweet little memes, right? And some of them just strike my fancy. I think they're funny. Other ones are ones that I find that resonate with me about my kids or something like that, or about my husband or whatever. So I love to just screenshot them, then I crop them, and then I put them to what's it called? A Word document, and then I print them out, right? So yeah, they're just a fun little addition sometimes, or, you know, um, a more, I don't know, emotional attachment to them perhaps, or whatever. So let's see where these go. And again, oh, I don't know if I told you on this video yet or not, because as soon as I say something, it comes out of my mouth, I promptly forget it. What I do with these, maybe I already said this, or this is like the second video I've filmed, so not sure. um I always write the day and date from my phone from when I took the picture or whatever, um so that I know where to put it in my book. I've done that for years. It is just so helpful because a lot of times I'll print stuff out and then it'll sit in a pile on my desk because I just haven't had time to come in and do my journaling or whatever. And so, yeah, so there you have it. Okay, here is Friday the 11th. So, what was this? This was the 9th, 10th, 11th, and this is funny. Sorry I snapped at you. My clothes felt weird and the temperature was too loud and my hair was touching me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's my life, guys. That's my life. And then today is National Gray Haired Grumpy Old Woman Day, and I expect recognition. Yes, that was Friday the 11th. So that goes on this day as well. This I thought was so cute. This was on Saturday. I sent this to my daughter. Um, why don't you read the books you always Oh, wait, let me start over again. It's a quote. Somebody is telling somebody this. Why don't you read the books you already own before buying new books? Why don't you eat all the food in your house before going shopping? That's what you sound like. That's how crazy you sound right now. Oh my gosh, that's so my daughter. She and we love books. We love to read. Um, although very recently just started reading again. Um, and she, like myself, we like to have the hard copy, you know. Although she does do like Audible and Libby and all those ones that you can, get on your phone or whatever. I'm not a fan of those. I like to have the real book in my hand, and I have to tell you, that is possibly the only regret that I have. When we moved 3 years ago, or almost 3 years ago, I got rid of almost every single book that I had. And let me tell you, I homeschooled my kids, so I literally had books in almost every single room of the house. And I thought, I don't need these. I asked my kids, they came and collected the books that they thought that they wanted, and I literally gave every last book away. Just about. I saved some, but that is my single most regret when we moved, that I got rid of those. Oh, I could just kick myself. I'm telling you, I could just kick myself. Anyway, what's done is done. Um One day I hope my children look at their own children and think, so this is how much she loved me. Yes. I sent this to my sweet son, because he had sent us some pictures of, like, his wife had taken some pictures of him, feeding the baby, and all of that. We're talking, this is the 14th of July I'm filming this. Our sweet granddaughter, she was born on the 27th but has been in the NICU, and I just got word today that she's coming home today. So we are so thrilled. So thrilled. So thrilled. So I sent this to my son on Saturday. And then I saw this, and I love this. I am not lucky, I am blessed. Everything I have in my life is because of God's grace and mercy. Amen. Amen to that, I know, like, my husband and I both, like, whenever we see maybe something on TV, and the person's like, "Oh, I'm so lucky I found you," or whatever the case is, to their significant other, and I don't know, like, to my husband and myself, we just truly believe that it's not that there's no such thing as luck. I wouldn't say that, but um like, he and I are not lucky we found each other. I truly believe that we are so blessed, that we were led to each other. That's our opinion. So it just resonated with me because we often don't use the word lucky for anything. We use the term blessed. So I saw that on Sunday, on Moofy's Law Day, right? Oh, and then over here, I do have this. This is my overflow, okay? Some of the notepads that I use. And if you saw my recent Happy Mail, um, beautiful, my gosh, just very generous Happy Mail that I received. This was one of the things, a notepad, and I do want to put this in here. Oh, these are Post-its. Yay, that's fun. It says silver lining, but I want to put it in here because it shows a rain cloud and an umbrella. And it did rain on this day a lot. Um I think it rained on this day too, but I'm not sure if it was a lot or not, or so I can always do that later. That's fine. Okay, now what I'd like to do, I think this is actually going to end up being like a stuff the journal. Yeah, because I'm already going on 25 minutes. So let's just see. I'll give you a quick pick, a quick pick. That, my friends, is my notes, my calendar, you know, my planner, my whatever I keep, whatever it's called. Um, but there are some things that I need to put in here, so I'm going to need this right here. Okay, so I need some of these things, and I might not have enough. I don't know. I thought I had another one over here somewheres. Maybe not. Okay, that's all right. We'll find another one. All right, so let's see here. This was, what was this day? This was Friday. I did ride my bike. Okay, Friday. Thursday, I rode my bike. Okay. Wednesday, I rode my bike. And here's another one here. I'll just quickly cut out. I have a whole thing of these. So we'll just quickly cut them. I keep these in my bit box because I use them, daily whenever I'm working on my journal. So they are right there close. Um, and I think I cut them this way. Sorry. I know this is like watching paint dry, huh? But I love to visit with you guys. I do. Okay, so this was Tuesday. Monday I did not. Monday I did not. Okay. Let's see what else is in here. I have not that weather blah blah. Okay. I love the weather things, by the way. These weather things, these were I can use them any month, but they were specific to February, but I do like keeping track of that. Okay. Let me see what else. Okay, I do have some of these. We no vacuuming. Okay, headaches. I know that I have. I probably need to. I did have some headaches. So let's see. On Tuesdays, so I had a headache this day. Oh gosh. I could have sworn. Huh. I had written more. I because I've been having headaches a bit. Let's see. I think it was Friday. Friday I had a headache. Okay, so these can go back in here. I don't know where they went, but they're just going to go in here. All right, let me see. Where? Oh, where? Huh. Oh, there they are. There you go. Okay, so we're going to take these out. These are for when I film. So, okay, on this week, on Monday, I did film a ramble session, but it ended up going up late because I don't know. I messed something up on it. So yeah. So there's that. And then on Tuesday I filmed quite a lot this week, I have to say. I did. So we'll put a green one there. Um let's see. Oh, Wednesday I had a headache. Is that this day? No. What? Hello? Hello? No, that's Tuesday. So Wednesday, I had a pretty bad headache. In fact, it just got worse and worse as the day went on, and it could have something to do with me reducing my steroids, my prednisone. So there's that. Okay, bad headache. Um, let me see. I don't think that. Nope, I didn't even work in my room this day. No, because I was not feeling well at all. So let's see. The next day, I did not film that day either, but I filmed. I could have sworn I filmed something else. Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. So Sunday, I'll go through all this again just to make sure before I do anything, obviously. But Thursday, Friday, I really thought I had filmed more. Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so I filmed this day for sure. And then this is Monday. So I want a different color, perhaps? Let's go with pink, shall we? So, yeah, I filmed this day too. I filmed two videos. I filmed one where here is the new printable. I know that when I put this up, this isn't going to go out until like, let me see here. Um, it this video won't come out until the 25th. So it'll come out next week, right? Next Friday. So this is the actual photocopy of or the printout from the PDF file that I have on you can find them in the printable section. Not the greatest, I have to tell you, you know, but it is what it is. That's the way they came out. I'm not exactly thrilled with them, but you can, use them if you would like to. They are free and yeah, just add a little something. You could also, if you cut these out and glue them in your book, whatever, you can also enhance the color by using like colored pencils or put some of your own shading or shadowing in if that's what you'd like to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Whenever I've tried to watercolor and then make it a printable, it does not really work very well. I don't know why. I don't have like editing software or anything to like enhance anything. I'm very sorry about that, but what you see is what you get. So I did my best and there you have it. So that was on that day. Let me see what else. Yeah, basically, we've been really not a whole lot has been happening because um, my husband with his surgery, he was kind of like uh, couch bound, I guess you would call it, because he's had a really rough time afterwards with it. Um, so we haven't been doing anything. Like I think he managed to go to Publix one time this in like the last 2 weeks. So and yes, I could go. Yes, I could, but he's having none of it. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, now I am set up to start decorating pages again. We're like literally this is the center of my book and I haven't even started, but I have stuffed it. And if I'm able to, spend some time in here and work on actual decorating, the pages, then I will. And if I do not, then I will not. I mean, it is what it is. I have had journals before in the past, especially when I was really going through the throes of my cancer treatment and stuff. I have literally a whole journal that is just stuffed, and I tied it up in a neat little bow and I put it on my shelf. So, yeah. I'm really hoping to, be able to come in here and yeah, get some of this done. Get some of this done. Part of it is just no motivation. I really could not tell you why. Yeah, I just need to be in the mood, and right now I'm not in the mood. Although I was in the mood to get some of this stuff done. Oh yeah, and then on this day here, the picture of my sad, no longer existent cucumbers, so that happened yesterday, I believe, Sunday. Yeah. So that goes there. Ugh, yeah. That's disappointing. But anyway, there you have it. And then I do have a list of various my stick lettering that I would like to do for certain pages, which is Happy Mail, Homecoming, because I don't even know if I told you in this video. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. You know how my brain is these days. Yeah, our little baby is coming home from the hospital today. So we're super excited about that. And then Thunderstorm, I want to write out Thunderstorm and put that in. Yeah. So there you have it. Okay. So I have this stuff set up sort of to, you know, do my thing. So I will do that. Hopefully soon, guys. Hopefully soon. I will bring you along if I can. And I will thank you so much for your time and sharing it with me. Lots and lots of things stuffed in here that I can now go back and sort of design the pages. So yeah, I do hope to bring you along for that. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I know how precious time is, and I really appreciate that you choose to spend it with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful week, and I'll talk at you all real soon. Bye for now.